year in, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but do want to give you a couple of updates. So this is Job Aid Update Tuesday, really. Added some links and did some update of the job aids. Nothing big changing, but I think they're going to be a little bit more effective for you. We'll talk about the BidBuy practice sessions that were added, and then fun fact of the day and quote of the day. So first up, Job Aid Updates. So it's probably going to be easier if I just jump out of the slides and just show you. It's an idea that I've been wanting to do for a little bit and finally pulled the trigger on it. So let's see, let me go ahead and get out of here real quick and just show you some of the job aids that were updated. So what I wanted to do was provide, and this kind of comes from feedback regarding specifically new users. Whenever I do a BidBuy training, they want to find, well, where do I find that document? So for instance, let's see, I just happen to have the job aid update or the IFB job aid up here right now. So what I did was went in, and when there's a document, there we go. You can see here when there's a document, I put a link next to it where you can find that document. So I updated the IFB, RFP, small purchase under 10, small purchase over 10, the emergency, and sole source so far. So you'll see that there are new version numbers with the new dates as well. But so if I hit the link, oh, of course, there we go. It takes me to the page. Okay. So what it's not going to take you directly to the specific document, because anytime we would change any of these version numbers, it's going to be a different link. But it will take you to the page where that document is located. So let's go back. Let's see. So that one would be the same page. The attachment, notice of submissions, blank forms A, forms B, brand name only justification. Let's see. What's one that would be a different page? Okay, notice of award. Okay, so here's, click on the link, takes you to where the forms where your notice of award is. There's a link for the procurement justification form as well. Let's see. So that's kind of the whole, I don't need to show you all of them. I just want to let you know that they're out there for your small purchases. You have all the different links. And if you have any issues with those links, please let me know. I went in, I think I tested most of them to double check they were all there. But you know, if we run into those issues, we'll make the change. Let's see what's another one's different. Oh, sole source. The sole source justification form is a PPB document. So if I click on the link for sole source justification, it's going to take you to the PPB's website where they have that SSJF. Similar to if you have a conflict of interest review required, that's going to take you to this page as well. Okay, so I think that's going to be helpful. Hopefully that helps you guys. Give you that direct link to all of our to where you can find all those documents. There's of course a lot of documents in procurement, and the easier we make this whole process for everybody, the better. So you may see additional updates. Let me go to. So if you see on our job aid page, you can see I published a couple yesterday, published a couple this morning. I'll circle back. I do need to do a change order because we have a change order justification form, and I'll circle back to. I just wanted to hit more of the more prevalent procurement types first, and then I'll circle back and hit some of the other ones. Okay. All right, getting some good feedback. That's great. Love that. Also, here's another one. Yeah. Yeah, and always a reminder, we're always using the most recent updates to our job aids there, and maybe providing a link from BidBuy to the job aid page. Maybe we can throw that up there as well. Okay, so let me go back to my slides. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot for us today, but that was the big one. Oh, also, there were a couple that didn't have page numbers, so I updated the page numbers as well if they weren't there already. And I think one of the job aids had a formatting issue on the page numbers where every page said page 2 of 2 or something like that. So we got that corrected for you as well. And then for a couple job aids for the UP program, the Unified Procurement Program, got updated. So if you're in the middle of doing a piggyback, make sure you're using the most updated one. And all we did there was we made it mirror more of the renewal process. So the documents that were attached at the bid tab were moved up to be a part of the bid, because again, we're not going to even publish a piggyback if we didn't have some of those documents, such as the disclosures and some additional documentation. So if you're not doing a piggyback, it's not really appropriate for you. But if you're in the middle of doing one, make sure to go back and take a look at that job aid, which is new. But again, it's always a reminder. We're always going to the web page for our most recent job aids. Okay, and I'll always let you know when we do new job aids on a Training Tuesday. But I understand if you can't make it here every week. That's certainly understandable. So either way, as a part of our process, just go to that webpage, and if you're using the most recent one, you can't go wrong. Okay, I think that's all I had. Oh, I just want to talk a little bit more about the practice session. So moving on to our next topic. So we're offering these BidBuy practice sessions, which will be the second and third Thursday of each month. Um, and so really what it is just going to be, and I've talked about this the last couple of weeks, but we're always getting new folks on here. So I just want to run through it really quickly. We're going to walk through examples. Each week might be a little bit different. The whole point is for it to be flexible for whoever happens to be on that call that week. Of course, when we do our monthly BidBuy training the second Wednesday of each month, we don't have the opportunity and the time, honestly, to do a specific deep dive in, say, a small purchase with emergency conditions or something like that, or in maybe an emergency, or um, any of the number of other topics that we don't have enough time to dive into when we're doing a more introductory training. However, we want to allow those options for you. So the second and third Thursday, it's open to anyone who has attended a monthly training. Now, if you have not attended a BidBuy monthly training, we really need for you to attend one of those first before coming into one of the practice sessions, because those practice sessions, again, are more opportunities for you to practice with a trainer on the call to answer specific questions, or any other issues you may be having using BidBuy. And so we wouldn't want you to come in and be a little bit in over your head if you haven't actually gone through the monthly BidBuy training, which is the second Wednesday of each month. So they're going to be a little bit more informal, collaborative. We'll share some screens if you guys would like. But like I said, it's once you've attended that monthly training, we'd love to see you on the second and third Thursdays. It does not affect the BidBuy monthly training at all. It doesn't replace the questions and answers on our monthly training. It's just providing additional opportunities for practice. You do not have to attend the monthly training that was immediately prior. So if you attended a monthly training in May, you can feel free to join us at any of the future ones. And then I have a link in the training center. We added those up as well. So let me go back and just remind everybody where that's at. Let me go to the home screen of our CPOGS page. In the training center, looks like the little light bulb with the brain in the middle of it. Click on that. It's also the same page where you can get to our Training Tuesdays, but then also our BidBuy that says version 15 training videos. I need to update that to 16. And then I put the links in here directly to our BidBuy practice session. So second and third Thursday of each month at 9 a.m. Just click the link and you'll join right into the WebEx. Also, our second Wednesday of each month, our monthly BidBuy training link is there as well. And we will be in the future adding some additional videos on this page. Okay. And I kept the slides in here. Of course, I showed you where you can find the slides, or where you can find the links to those practice sessions, but I just kept them in the slides here for the next couple weeks just to let everybody know. So that's the second Thursday and the third Thursday. Just be aware that they are two separate links. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make them the same link in WebEx, making it the second and third Thursday. Just kind of a configuration thing. I couldn't do it. So we have two different links for the second Thursday and the third Thursday. And I just want to highlight, moving forward, there also wasn't a way to make it always always right after the second Wednesday. So for instance, July is a great example of this. Um, as you know, as we're all very well aware, uh, June 30th is next Wednesday, which means the second Thursday is technically going to be before the second Wednesday in July. Now that's not going to always happen. It's going to be pretty rare. And looking forward, there I don't think it does happen again. But just for July, technically the second Wednesday, um, we'll still have our BidBuy monthly training on the second Wednesday, but that second Thursday will be actually the Thursday preceding that. So I know it's kind of confusing. If you look at a calendar, it makes it a lot more clear, but we will stick with the rule of it's the second Wednesday is BidBuy monthly training, and then the second and third Thursday will be these practice sessions. Okay. Um, Here's our link that you can always find from our slides to our calendar of events, our BidBuy training, all that sort of stuff. And then moving into the fact of the day, because I know everybody's busy. So June 22nd, 1944, Franklin Roosevelt signs the GI Bill, an unprecedented act of legislation designed to compensate returning members of the armed forces, known as GIs. So this is the GI Bill. By giving veterans money for tuition, living expenses, books, supplies, and equipment, the GI Bill effectively transformed higher education in America. So it really became a really big deal. Many of you might even be recipients of the GI Bill. I know my grandfather was, and it helped our family as well. So you see a big difference there from how many people graduated from college prior to the war versus after the war. And then there's a link if you want to do a little deep dive for the GI Bill. And then our quote of the day, fiscal year end edition. Perseverance is not a long race. It's many short races, one after the other. And isn't that true? We know you guys have a lot of procurements that are moving. There's a lot of moving parts, and we have just over a week left. So we'll go ahead and let you guys get back to work. May your week be caffeinated and productive. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.